Good morning where I am. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Today is day 6 of our 21 days to connecting with your inner guidance. And Emily, I love this one too. It says, I'd like to set time aside to connect with my higher power. It's always a great relief after I've done it, but I keep letting the days, weeks, months pass by to my detriment. So one thing I want to say is, obviously I know you and I know your circumstance, and young children make that definitely harder. So I just want to say that a lot of things that we like to, the self-care stuff can tend to go out the window, unfortunately, but it does happen. And I would say the first is, if you're judging yourself for not connecting, it's always good to remember, I also, I'm a single mom of a young child, and I've got a lot going on. And that's when I think it's most important to try and fit it in the nooks and crannies of the day. Sorry, all of a sudden I got to clear my throat. And how I mean that is, sometimes, like yesterday, I ended up hiking ahead of my husband and the dogs. I was kind of jogging, just wanted to. And as we were waiting for him to get to us at the truck, and I just sat for 2 minutes, maybe. And I had each dog, was petting each of the 2 dogs that were with me. And I just put my face up in the sun and I let the breeze, because I love breezes. They're just always like higher power caresses to me. And I just took that in. That's a moment of connection. Even if you are in that running from one thing to the next, if I can take a moment and pause. And if you do that throughout the day, that is connecting. I read this, I think it's a Bible quote, pray without ceasing. It's really been coming to me a lot lately. And what I really believe that is it's pray throughout the day, whatever prayer is to you individually. Connect throughout the day. And in those moments, we have this big thing going on here with the wild horses, and it looks like eventually they're going to be doing a roundup, and it's just gut-wrenching. And those of us who are going to government meetings, and they're working to stop us from feeding them. And I've been backing off of the feeding because I know what's coming. And just yesterday morning, these 4 horses that I adore came, and I let myself run out of feed, and I was like, it's so hard for me to see them. And then I just say something to myself, God is in control here. There's a bigger plan. There's something going on. And I do believe, trust in God, but tie your camel. Pray to God, but row to shore. I'm doing my part. I'm going to meetings. I'm speaking up. I'm educating myself on this bill. I'm going to a meeting this Wednesday night. I'm going to ask these county commissioners questions. And I just, I'm doing what I can. But in those moments, I just said, God is in charge. There's a bigger plan. I took a moment, because otherwise I can go down a rabbit hole of absolute distress. And I have to remind myself, I'm not in charge of this. I can do what I can and do what I'm guided to do, and I am doing what I'm guided to do. But that's a moment of connection. So I would say the nooks and cranny of the day for all of us can be the best way to connect. I'm going to take 2 minutes and go sit outside in the sun. I'm going to watch a bird out my window for a few minutes. Nature to me is the greatest healer of all. I heard this years ago, nature absorbs negativity. I totally believe it. And I happen to have a beautiful mountain right outside my window. I'm so blessed that way, and I have incredible wildlife around me, which is going to change and alter, and I have to adjust to that. But it's those moments, just taking those little moments. So let's tap. Even though I can put a lot of pressure on myself to connect with my higher power, I choose to honor this truth right now. Even though connecting with my higher power can just end up being another thing on my to-do list. And that sucks. No wonder it's hard to connect. I choose to honor my truth right now. Even though I live in a busy, fast-paced world. Go get him, tiger. Doesn't leave a lot of room for connecting and going within. I deeply and profoundly accept myself anyway now. I want to connect with my higher power. And what if that's enough for now? Wanting to connect. And what if I can fit in micro connections in the nooks and crannies of my day? Just take a moment. Turn my face to the sun and take a deep breath. Allow myself to take in a breeze or cool, cold air or the smell of a fire in someone's fireplace. What if I can connect with the birds outside my window and see the abundance that's all around me? What if this is a profound way to connect with my higher power that's easier for me to do? And what if then it doesn't become something that's on my to-do list? And what if when the time is right, I will be guided and directed to take more moments, maybe longer moments, to deepen that connection? And what if I can just make it okay that right now I'm struggling to connect? And what if I can offer that up to my higher power? Show me how to connect in my busy life. I'm really struggling with the how of this. And what if over time, the more I do that, the more I'm guided and directed to the best way for me to connect. I like that idea a lot. To add more ease, not less. And take a breath. I totally relate to this too, Emily, and I myself now actually have a little pattern in place. It's been, I don't know, maybe 6 months. I really don't remember. I know it realistically hasn't been a full year yet at all, but I have these couple of books. One's The Daily Word that I like, Hermunity. One's my own book. I'm reading my own. I'm reading the daily out of there because it's good to like go back and read. And there's many things there I'm like that really move me. And then I have a honestly 5 little mini things that I do take the time to read. Here's my cat Grace wants to say hi. And I just, it doesn't take me long to do it. But I get up early and I go out on the couch and I have a little light that I use, you know, because if we have a guest that sleeps with the door open, and I just use that and read. And then I put in a meditation from the app that I use, and I might fall back to sleep, but I'm like, that's me connecting. And then I've noticed, like last night, I was doing a lot of research on this bill for the horses, and I mean, there's a bunch of stuff here I'm reading so that I'm much more educated for the meeting that I'm going to this Wednesday night. But then I was like, that's enough. And then I went and sat in bed and I read a book that I'm reading from a Unity person. God Will See You Through, I think it's called. I'm just so delighted, for me personally, to be back reading stuff from Unity, because it's just so much more all-encompassing than what I found in the whole law of attraction manifesting world. It was just beating living daylights out of me. So the nooks and cranny of the day, and I've done that, like I do that, just take that little pause, go outside, just take in the sun for a few minutes, pet my cat, you know, pet my dog. Those are spiritual moments without question. So I hope that helps, and we'll see you all back here tomorrow for day 7 of the 21 days to connecting with your inner guidance. Bye for now.